sometime just had the plot armor.
Right. But let's see if some plot armor can come in today. As we got the Prince of New Zomba going up against Tri-State's very own, very loved warrior Jakal coming in winners finals. Jakal starting off pretty strong with on PS2 with a little bit of a combo, gets immediately answered back with the up air.
And this matchup brings back memories. This is like the season 1 charm, and look at this. That's what I was talking about earlier, what something's been leveled up on Zomba's play, especially with the Rob, is just going off stage, being unafraid, unperturbed, just because you just have so much gas to work with. Why not abuse it to the maximum? Thank goodness for Jakal that you're able to survive this sequence, but for how long? Zomba on point with it, 79%. Guy just looks unstoppable.
Right, and Zomba trying to come back, trying to extend his lead right now against Jakal. Alright, Jakal finding his way back just a little bit, just getting some stray hits off, but none of them have been the killing blow of this first stock.
Killing blow is something that needs to be landed if Jakal wants to make sure to get out. Great reactions by Connect, and a little bit of applause. We can't really see too much, but that sounds like an up smash that leads into a star KO. Oof. Yep, nerd emoji. That's bad. That is bad.
Guys,
that is bad.
Wolfie up for any sort of commentary.
I memorized it by sound. Oh my goodness. I need to go outside, y'all. I couldn't see the screen. It froze.
But you still got it no matter what. You know what? That's why we love you, Wolfie. That's why you're. But being one of the best, let's see what these two can do right now in the second stock. I mean, Jakal getting that stock early has kind of helped him claw his way back a little bit. Pun intended. This is Wolf after all. He's getting a few. Oh,
Jump called out.
Puppy.
Got it.
Wolf flash. Ooh. Gonna die
Wolf
there.
character's not that good.
I don't know how Ouch does it. Ouch should just swap off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, low profiling the gyro by just landing on stage. You'd love to see it.
And another trip. I think Zomba's the protagonist. Everything just seems to be working out. She's like instantly down tilt just trips the first time. It did it the second time. And Jakal taking the full brunt of full force of it. Needs to let, I need to see a solid bear connect or a smash attack, because Zomba is just kind of slowing down the pace of the game, even though an up tilt, it may be strong, but it ain't no snakes. Got the up smash finally.
2 in a row.
We'll be able to close it out. Yep. 2 in a row is right, but here's the problem. Zomba's just all of a sudden just saying like, okay, I was able to, you know, not take too much with it, but at 0%, this is where Wolf can shine, but that's the problem. Can't get a huge sequence off of that gyro. So Jakal, 97%, you can just get confirmed at any angle and just explode.
Solid right now, trying to approach with these nairs. He's just missing a lot of his moves. Well,
Zomba.
good old shield drop. I'm gonna get that back air off. So I'm gonna take game number 1. I don't know if that was like a shield drop or that could have been like maybe a shield poke, but nonetheless, that's gonna be game number 1. Going to Zomba, who's been playing super well of just, I guess, keeping Jakal off stage. That's what you have to do in that match. And Wolf's recoveries are super linear to the point where you have so many tools as Rob, you have to be edge guarding every single time, and you have to kill every single. Well, off the bat, we see the B versus the down B come out from Zomba, trying to go for these nairs, not gonna be able to get much out of it, but you can see the Zomba's playing a little bit more approaching now, getting these jabs off. Doing a really good job of just trying to close the space between Jakal. Maybe try and box with him, which is kind of weird. And I think Wolf's a really good boxing character.
Yeah, when you're first. If you're not first with Wolf, you can kind of struggle with characters that have a little bit more range. That's what I was just kind of explaining, especially when you're going against a sword character when you're playing Wolf. Like, you have to be first in the air with the aerial, because if you're meeting air to air and you're both going to swing at the same time, the sword character's going to win all the time. They're usually going to win because of how fast all their tools can be and how much range they have in superiority, but this is the first big lead we've seen, and it's just going to disappear in a blink of an eye, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, like I mentioned before, these recoveries, especially when you lose jumps, especially when you lose, tools like that, and you're into free fall, it's really tough, because now you're forced to approach high, and that's where Rob It's a back air. Even a rotary arm for that matter. Just be able to get the kill. But a 164 gonna get hit with the up smash. That's 3 in a row that Jakal's killed with up smash.
Yeah, but it wasn't 3 in one match, so that was an L on the previous one. Ooh, Rob is big, but it's still unsafe on hit, unfortunately. So it's gonna be Jakal taking a hefty amount of damage as Zomba. Real confident with it, doing so well, calling out every single option, and almost got the down smash in time. Maybe it would have traded, but we'll have to see. Ooh, a little bit of a nasty with the up air as a huge lead continues to onwards as Jakal is just struggling.
Yeah, again, it's the moment that Jakal sent off stage. I feel like it's kind of over for Jakal. Like, now, able to come back. I mean, low enough. Out,
no
a
way.
jump, gets hit with the down smash, but sent in the wrong direction that Zomba would have rather. To up tilt, Jakal trying to get the stock as soon as possible. Really good dash attacks to try and catch these landings from Zomba, but the up tilt not going to two-frame. Zomba's recovery, being able to mix it up, really good. Gets the back air, and that is going to take it.
Yeah, and a very important stock. You can't take any more of that one. You can't let Zomba just completely steamroll ya. And a nice little area to try to get something started. We need Jakal to get a combo sequence that Wolf is so well known for. We actually have not been able to see any of it due to the fact of how well Zomba has been kind of boxing out this Wolf, but finally could get it. No, but instead finally able to recover the fumble and picking it up back with the possession of the advantage state and the up tilt, both of them actually missing out, thank goodness. As we're resuming back, Jakal clawing his way back to try to give himself a chance in game number 2, but Zomba has all the tools and stage control to work with.
Ooh, trying to go for the F smash, something crazy, goes for the forward throw, just sends Zomba a little bit away. Hand as well. What can you do here? Trying to go for these back airs, really good parry.
Oh, man. Just the constant usage of the down tilt. It's just gonna be the nice slick back air. Jakal, good stuff. Knowing that Zomba is gonna go ahead and try to get some approach as a mix-up option. Thankfully, was able to secure that one in game number 2. Great clutch up. It looked like it was all gonna be Zomba, but Jakal was finally landing that one combo string at the end that we've been looking forward to, and was able to cash that into a nice little clutch W. We're moving on to a game at number 3.
Yeah, you can see quite the contrasting faces from Zomba and Jakal. Jakal's in the zone right now, where Zomba's just trying to shake it off, trying to shake that game off. Especially when you're at such a top level like this, you have high expectations of your performances. So I wouldn't say, Jakal's bad, but when you lose to players that are quote-unquote inferior to you, it definitely does play a toll in the mind games. But right now, Jakal, with quite the lead, got a little bit of his firms off. Zomba still struggling to come back on the stage here. Finally gets that down throw. Or sorry. No, that is down throw. No, sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. But gets the back air off. Dude, I am. It's bad. But yeah, really good back air right there to finally take that stock. And Zomba in the deficit right now.
Yeah, first time for everything. You can't escape. Rob is huge after all. Wow, that was a really pretty well spaced out fair. And the grab was still able to connect. A little rough on there. And a nice call on the jump. It's just that it was at the wrong timing. So we'll have to see what Zomba can do, trying to finish off this stock, because Jakal, you don't want to let this guy get momentum.
No, not at all. I mean, with this lead as well, I mean, 42% already on, so looks good for Jakal. Really good use. Angle downward onto that ledge just to mix up his recoveries, landing with an air 50% and a little bit more potentially. Nope, goes for the down up throw this time. Gonna be able to kill.
Pile driver secures the stock, 59%. So Zomba's got to be real careful of a nice little fair bear, especially now when you're such a huge character and a good enough weight to get hit with it at a pretty big window. But the problem is for Jakal, Rob is a monster at making these kind of comebacks.
Definitely. It's just a matter of time before I think Zomba maybe catches one of these high recoveries. He's been jumping every time like that with the up tilt. But maybe a back air of some sort, maybe an up to catch Jakal getting away with these recoveries, right? Goes for the
nice mash.
really good mash. Oof. from Jakal
fast.
to be able to live. But added a bit behind. The little poke with the up tilt into the up air. Gonna take that stock. Zomba with the lead.
Is that frame rate, Dana, not ridiculous? Like, did down tilt, jab, or like forward tilt, and then up tilt, all in like such a fast sequence that it's almost impossible to just punish, but wasn't close enough for that one. Great tomahawk. We're gonna have to see what Jakal can do this time. All of a sudden, you know, Zomba has a nice little lead to work with, and as well as many projectiles and tools to go ahead and suit the zoning game. This is where Rob can be super dangerous to work with. Oh.
And even with stuff like the reflector, it just does the amount of range that Rob to be able to camp you out, regardless of the fact that you have the reflector, it's kind of crazy. It shows you how much priority and how much that character is busted. Goes for the down throw, up tilt, not gonna that time. Nair just to send Jakal up. You don't have a jump, but you're able to come back. Yep, able to condition with the gyro thrown down, forces Jakal to roll in and gets that combo. And gonna take game number 3 in it.
Whew. I mean, it's the unfortunate part about that is that it looked so good for Jakal until it just wasn't. That's just kind of the name of the game when you're playing against Zomba, when you're playing against the Rob. All of a sudden, you're just looking so confident. And in a quick sequence, you go from 0 to 85, or even a 0 to death, which we've yet to see from this Rob. People playing around it is yet to be so careful with that Nair and gyro combo. Game number 4. Maybe we'll see our second game 5 set of today. Who knows? Jakal and Zomba have just been playing so well against each other. We'll have to see what can happen. Both these players want to be able to continue in the grand finals, can beat out each other's seeds number 1 and 2, but Jellyfish, I don't know. It seems to be right now that Zomba just seems to have more momentum.
Definitely. And it's just snuffing out a lot of the approaches from Jakal now. Like, even if he's getting up close, Jakal doesn't have the frame data or the moves to be able to outplay Zomba when he's going for a down tilt, when he's going these nairs to land. Even dash attack for them. Finally gets that landing nair into the dash attack, so we're just trading position at this point. The gyro being reflected forces Zomba to go up high, but no punish. It's so difficult to predict the way that Rob is going to land, let alone getting these back airs off. Really important just to keep Zomba off stage once again. Throws the gyro jump, a little bit more left in the tank potentially. Yes, it is. Conserving everything that he has to be able to recover.
Yeah, no gyro, so an awkward animation and a way of a whiffed grab. But Jakal's doing such a fantastic job just kind of getting this gyro control. It is a powerful tool for Rob, so why not take it for yourself? As gonna get sent flying into a star KO. Zomba just wants to get a nice little sequence, and Jakal just needs to scramble to get away. 163 and up tilt kill. Wow, a side P. Maybe trying to call it a jump or something, but it was raw. It connected, but it did not kill. So Zomba recovering up high, wanted to mix it up a little bit, and that there is just so damn safe.
All right, going for that up throw once again, just to keep Jakal in the air. I mean, Zomba's just been doing so well, right, at keeping Jakal at disadvantage. Even if it looks like he has stage advantage sometimes back or there, it just doesn't seem like Jakal is an advantage whatsoever, and that's just kind of how the character of Rob works. What a combo with that gyro.
Yeah, not the biggest reward. As you missed that tech, got put on an awkward little platform, but thankfully, Zomba just keeps mixing it up, saying like, hey, I'm not going to go for a grab out of shield. What if I just do down tilt because of how good the frame data wolf is? And I love that from Zomba, actually stalling out the recovery just in case, if the wolf flash could connect to him before he could grab onto that ledge, but instead, it's going to be a clean little edge guard as Zomba trying to shut this out right here, right now. I don't want to play this game number 5. As Jakal making a mad scramble to try to make something happen, but when you're forced to play into Rob, it just gets so difficult, and we've yet to see Jakal been able to successfully land a fair bear from how well Zomba's been playing.
At all this entire set, which is insane to say, because he's so consistent with that as well, but Zomba's just been outranging Jakal, not letting him get in whatsoever. Gets these grabs, and I mean, Jakal's definitely making the most out of it, which is kind of crazy because it's only 1 or 2 hits, but that's all that Zomba's ever gonna let you hit. Oh my god, shield is so small, but able to avoid getting that shield broken and getting even more damage off with this laser. Zomba just trying to use these gyros to just keep Jakal away. Gets hit with another back air. Jakal's just getting like 1 or 2 moves that are consistently killing and hitting them every single time, but it does make it very predictable and allows Zomba to maybe make some adjustments.
Ooh.
Okay, there's a little of a shine combo going on into the F tilt.
Fancy it up, but at this point, Zomba understands that Jakal just needs like 2 interactions to go his way in order to kind of clutch this one up. Because at 46%, yes, Air Bear Wolf Flash is definitely within the possibilities. As here we go. This is the problem when you're trying to land on top of Wolf, it just doesn't work out as much. But you are Rob after all. You're quite privileged, but what else to end it but the tried and true Zomba?
Yep, and that's going to take that last stock of Jakal and take Zomba into grand finals. Jakal definitely keen to getting the run back, but he does need to wait for the winner of Noodle versus Xavier, and that's going to happen right after this little break, so stay tuned. We're going to come back with the last 3 or 4 sets of this tournament.